Donald Trump promised to lead a mass deportation effort of people that entered the country illegally if reelected. Now, I want to know, do you guys support that?
No.
No, not at all. I really don't support it, but at the same time, I understand it.
Do you support that?
No, I hate him.
Well, okay, fine. Do you support that idea, though? Deporting those in the country illegally?
No.
I do not, because I am an immigrant.
Perhaps. We'd have to see the plan.
I think so, yeah.
Hey, welcome back. It's your man Wise, and today I have a great video to share with you all. This is the Brother James Klug, man. Please go over to his channel, subscribe to that brother's channel, man. He does great work. And this video right here, as you've seen in the clips that started this thing off, he's asking people, do you support mass deportations, which is what President Donald Trump promises if he gets into office. Now, I did a video yesterday on the migrants, illegal immigrants. Venezuelan lady left a receipt. There was $20,000 on that receipt, 13 and some change in food stamps, another 4,500 or so in cash assistance. Crazy amount of money that these people are getting. And yet we have veterans out here that can't get a fraction of the support. But you have Americans out here saying these people should stay here. They should be here. We should continue to support these people on our dime. It's flat out ridiculous to me, but let's get into the video. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let go.
That is one of the clauses that I do support in reference to Donald Trump.
I'm sorry, just to make sure I'm clarifying with people. Deportation effort of people that are in the country illegally. Okay, so we're understanding that?
Yes.
Why do you not agree with it?
I don't believe in anything he thinks is a good idea.
Honestly, I'm sorry, but I don't got a thing for Trump, to be honest with you.
Well, let's table Trump. Let's talk about specifically the policy. And the policy that's being proposed is a, mass deportation of people that entered the country illegally.
Right. So, yeah. Just talking about that, I don't believe in none of that, like deportation or sending people back, or I feel like everybody should be allowed to come here. Like, right. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be against the rules to come here or have any paperwork or anything like that.
Why is that?
Because it's a free country, supposedly.
Wherever you are, that's where you belong, especially if you're not doing nothing illegal.
If they came into the country and broke a law entering, do you think that should be enforced or no?
Once upon a time ago, I was one of those people.
You came into the country illegally?
Well, I came in as a child.
I mean, I think they should go about it the legal way.
A lot of those people are here on asylum claims. They have, they're fleeing persecution in their home countries. They belong here.
So I don't think any human being should be considered illegal. Yeah. Maybe undocumented and try to make it regular, make it legal, but I don't think kicking them out of the country and not thinking about their lives here is the right thing to do. I think it's evil.
Semantics. Okay, so you don't want us to use illegal. You would prefer to say undocumented. Either way, they should not be here. They broke a law coming here, and they are being a drain on society. These people are outrageous, man. They're outrageous.
There's not many people from here, so those that say kick them out, it's just all bad mouth.
Did your family come illegally? So because we have a tie to illegal immigration in some way, don't crack down on it.
If they're here illegally and you allow them to remain illegal, you're promoting criminalization because being here illegal is a crime.
See, I'm kind of biased.
Right.
I'm kind of biased.
No, don't worry. I want to ask.
Because I came here illegally.
Yeah.
Well, I'm somebody who stands in as an activist in the community and everything, not just for people of color, but just people of all different calibers. So anything that includes anything that's exclusive and not inclusive, then I'm totally against.
We talk about the asylum and stuff. The majority of the people it's a financial migration. You just claim asylum and you come here to enter the country. So that's how it works.
Sometimes.
Majority of the time.
That's majority of the people. Not to mention the amount of human trafficking that's going on, the amount of drugs that's being trafficked across our border. It is crazy. The amount of terrorists that have come across our border. Some of them have been caught. Others, they haven't been. If they're on the watch list, those people a percentage of them, they've been snatched up and stopped. But how many folks have come through that are terrorists but hadn't yet made it to a watch list? We don't know who is over here. There's a plethora of Chinese nationalists that has come over here illegally. That's what's happening right now. And you have people like this, these bleeding heart liberals advocating for this. Until something negative or bad happens to them or their family by one of these individuals, they're okay with it, even though we're giving these people billions of dollars in aid. This is ridiculous, man. It's so upsetting to see.
I don't know.
100%. What percentage of Americans do you think support a mass deportation effort of people that are in the country illegally?
What percentage?
Yeah, if you were to guess.
Oh, it's at least 50%.
Over 50%, I'd say.
60%, 70.
In the United States total?
Yeah.
Majority.
Majority.
Yeah.
Here in Philadelphia, probably a pretty low number.
10, maybe 20%. That's too much, but still, maybe 20%. I'm trying to keep it low.
Yeah.
But it should be 0%.
I couldn't give you a percentage, but I think most people don't understand the issue.
Right here, I have a CBS News poll, and I took some photos of a dog this morning, so let me just scroll back to it really quick. They found that 62% of registered voters support deporting all illegal immigrants, not even just like a mass deportation effort, but all of them. That's including 1/3 of Democrats. Now, what do you think about that number?
That is high. You know how many illegal people are here?
Like
I said,
probably
just-
over 20 million easy.
Okay.
You guys,
Just because there's a whole lot of them, so just because there's a lot of, illegal immigrants, or I'll use their, terminology, undocumented individuals that have come in this country, that doesn't mean that we should not get them up out of here. What that means is they need to go, period. Think about this, man. You have cities that have run out of room for these folks. These people are living in hotels. It's not even sustainable. This current administration basically put a bullhorn out there, an APB, for these folks to just come through with no actual plan of how to really take care of these people and how to ingratiate them into our country. It'd be one thing if they said, hey, you want to come over here and work? We have a lot of opportunity. If you want to come over here and, work in agriculture and some of the positions out there that we actually have a need, and you want to give these people work visas, and they can come over here and they can work on a work visa of some sort. I don't know what you would call it. I know on the STEM side, the tech side, they come over here on what is called an H-1B visa. Typically, a lot of those folks, they come over here via student visas, and they're on a, F1 OPT, type visa, and they're able to go to school, and then eventually they transition to be able to work, and they get an H-1B. They can bring their spouses over, and there's a couple of visas for them as well that also gives them the ability to work. And then there's a process of them working, paying taxes, and being a productive citizen before they're eligible for a green card. And even then, it's a green card EAD, and then you move on into a full-fledged green card. There is a process to this. These people are trying to skip the line, and it's a slap in the face to everybody that did come over here properly. I'm not one of those people that is against immigration. I am against illegal immigration. I am against people just coming here willy-nilly across our border and being a drain on society. You've seen the amount of crime in a lot of cities, New York, down here in Maryland. You've seen it out in the Chicago area. You see it out in Cali. We've heard the stories down in Georgia, Texas. There's a lot of issues going on. But yet you have people like this that want to continue to allow these people to come over. They don't have a real plan of what to do with them. And they just continue to be a drain on society. We can't take this much more. We're in trouble as it is financially. And then you added 20 million people that need help. It's crazy.
what do you think about this number?
I think it's bizarre. I think it's twisted.
Does that shock you or no?
A little bit, yeah.
It depends how you define illegal.
I don't believe in it because wherever you are, if you're not doing anything illegal, you should be able to stay.
What about crossing into the country illegally?
That's a different story. I don't think that's right.
That's clearly too much. Clearly, I said like 20, that's 60, that's entirely too much, and it's not okay.
I don't
And
agree, but I
see why.
understand why.
Why do you think?
Because I hear all the time that they feel like they come over here and steal our jobs.
A lot of people can have inner hate. You never know the real reason.
Why do you think that many people support deporting illegal immigrants in the United States?
Because I feel like people think that we come here and take your jobs, and we take opportunities that you should have, and we take the spaces that you should be taking, and I think that's what they think.
Right. And do you think
she forgot resources? Lord knows they are sucking up a bunch of resources.
What are your thoughts about that position?
I think they don't know the reality of their experiences, the immigrants' experiences. So it's a little out of reality.
I don't know. I think it's probably because more so to do with crime, I would think, or like the drugs and stuff like that. Right. That's probably, I would think, more so than anything.
When they get free benefits and the working people have to pay for it, they're getting kind of tired of it. And they don't have to learn our language. They make no effort to fit into our society.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps if people are coming legally, they have more of an incentive. They actually are putting forth effort to come to the country and become an American. Right. So over the last 3.5 years, Joe Biden, his administration, they've allowed roughly 10 million people into the country illegally. As soon as they get here, they claim asylum, and then they come into the country. Now,
that number's all over the place. I've heard 10 million. I've heard 16 million. I've heard upwards of 20 to 22 million. I don't know if we will actually know until President Trump finds himself back in office, man, and we can do a full-fledged evaluation and a full-fledged census of these people. I don't think we'll actually know. And to be honest with you, it may be worse than what we know.
Now they come in, they get free food, free housing, free healthcare, free schooling, a bunch of other stuff, right? Even in some places they get free money and welfare and food benefits, all that stuff, right? So you have places like Chicago, for example, where the community has brought in about 100,000 or more than that people that have entered the country illegally, and the community is showing up to city council meetings absolutely up in arms because the city is actually having to shift resources to taking care of the people that are here illegally instead of the community that's struggling. Do you sympathize with that, or do you think that those people are foolish?
Before she answers that question, the fact that it looks like this is the first time she's ever heard this before is mind-boggling to me. Even this brother right here, he looks perplexed like he has never heard this before. That is mind-boggling to me.
I do sympathize with them. I'm sorry. I'm a well-rounded person. I like to understand everybody.
I have family in Chicago.
Not that well-rounded. Not that well-rounded.
So it's like when you hear certain things, like especially with gangs and stuff like that, it causes a problem because, it increases more violence and it makes people scared to live at the day. So it's like you just got to look at what it's bringing to that community. Most of the time when it's coming to the community, they can get away with certain things. That's when it becomes a problem.
I have people in Chicago, a lot of the locals, the leaders in the community that are showing up to city council meetings and saying, they don't want even, I think Chicago brought in like 100,000 people, maybe even less, maybe like 50,000 people, because of the problems that they have within their own community as it is. Do you sympathize with those people, or do you think that they're foolish? Are you from Philly? Yes. What do you see as plaguing the community when it comes to any problems that are plaguing the community?
Like I just said, drugs. I'm sorry. Mainly drugs. I can't say the specifics, but, drugs, alcohol, tobacco, just all the bad stuff right now, you know what I mean?
I'm somebody who says here in the city of Philadelphia all the time, like, oh, you can't fix the potholes, or, oh, we don't have this bathroom, or, oh, it looks like this, but you're able to put it here, put it there.
Gentrification and not integration.
Now, the city of Philly, what does it have? 1.2 million, 1 million people? So you're looking at like 10 massive cities entering the country illegally, essentially. But what's happening is these people are showing up to communities. They're getting free housing, free food, free healthcare, free schooling, of course. You mentioned drugs, you mentioned gentrification, maybe even too many people. Is housing an issue when it comes to affordability or no?
Definitely here. Yes, housing is too expensive right now.
Right. Do you think adding maybe like I don't know, 500,000 illegal immigrants to Philly would enrich the city and help it?
No.
Huh.
There's like hardly any jobs here.
You know, our economy is being taxed. When I say taxed, I mean it's being stressed out from that matter of people, housing, jobs.
We also need workers. We need work. There's a lot of like lower wage work that Americans don't want to do.
A lot of guys may come over and they may work under the table or and then collect benefits.
I feel like the government and like our city and everything and our state like take all of our money and they tell us that they're putting it in places that matter and it never shows up in the places where it's needed the most. So
Right. Resources is a problem.
yeah.
Are you in favor of prioritizing those communities of Americans that are struggling over people entering the country illegally? Because you only have so many resources. So where do you, if you bring in 100,000 people into Philly, you're going to have to shift resources.
The resources are finite. We're not sitting in a situation where we have just an infinite amount of resources. So we've had resources that would support our, impoverished communities, our senior citizens, our people that suffer from disabilities, it would support them, our homeless veterans out there. Now that money is being, being moved, and that it's no longer allocated for those people who are American citizens. And now that money is being allocated for people that just got here. And again, there's only but so many resources.
I would say like a 50-75% thing. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put them too far ahead of them, but I would put them first because they're already here. You know what I mean? Like I think they do that more so because like they don't really know what's going on over there. And they see what's going on here. I think they look at the opportunity as difference over here.
So do you think importing 300,000 people to your community would hurt the community?
But also
What was that?
It wouldn't be enough. I'm about to say it wouldn't be enough resources for all of us.
Living here in the city, we can barely take care of the people we have here.
Oh, really?
It's amazing to me how these people say, yes, we should take them and we can take them, but don't bring them to my community, not my city. Send them somewhere else. It's so ridiculous. That's like the brother that was out there was, people should be willing to take a illegal immigrant in or a quote unquote undocumented individual in their home. They should be willing to do it. Well, I got one. Would you take one in your home? Oh, no. I ain't got no space, man. You can't come here. We don't know him. Who is, where they came from. Now you got a bunch of questions. It's flat out ridiculous, man. These people are hypocrites.
People struggling.
I work across the street, and in any given day, this park gets filled up with homeless people. It gets filled up with homeless people.
You could be making an argument right now for, cracking down on the southern border and all of that. Do you see where they're coming from there, or do you just think that they're fear-mongering?
I see where they're coming from, but what you said that it's benefits, I see it as surviving, giving them a chance to survival.
Well, it just costs the taxpayers in the community, tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. Nationally, hundreds of billions of dollars. So that's kind of what we're talking about there when it comes to the resources for those struggling communities. Do you think that people look down on illegal immigration because of those crises?
I'm trying to think of just all the money that would be spent just to put these people back on the plane, or however, you're trying to get these people out of the country.
It would be cheaper to put them on planes. It would be cheaper to put them on a boat. Matter of fact, hey, let's start loading up some of these carriers that we have and float they behind right back down south, right down the Atlantic, right down the Pacific. Let's load up a couple carriers. It wouldn't take that long.
It would be expensive. Do you think that would be more expensive than 20 million or so illegal immigrants, majority of them, or at least a good half, using social benefits such as welfare, housing, food, schooling, healthcare?
But a lot of illegal immigrants, you can't even qualify for welfare.
In many states you can.
You can? Okay.
See, these people don't know what they're talking about.
I didn't know that.
I just don't agree that it's a benefit.
I'm sorry, you don't agree that the free housing or food or schooling or healthcare is a benefit?
No.
You know, there's no doubt that it costs taxpayers money, and a lot of money. There's no doubt about that.
I get it. Like, if you're thinking about, like, criminals coming into the U.S., then yes, they should be deported.
Yeah. How would you know if criminals are coming to the U.S. if you're just allowing people to enter illegally unvetted?
I mean, is he allowing them to come in illegally, or are they just making their way in?
Yeah, there was an illegal immigrant that killed a mother of 5. He was wanted, and I believe was it El Salvador, and he was wanted for murder there as well as a robbery here in Los Angeles. There's a lot of these situations that are happening, and when you show up at the southern border, they're not doing DNA checks, they're not doing any of that stuff. You actually just go to a border patrol agent, you get in the country.
How would you be able to find all this information out, though? Because people are coming, because when you watch the news,
when they kill somebody, get caught.
It's not just people that are immigrating from South America. Nope. You have other...
When these people commit crimes, all of that information comes out, because once they run them through the database, they find out that these people are wanted for other heinous crimes in other countries.
People that are coming from different parts of the world making their way through South America.
Yep, you're exactly right about that.
I don't know, that's kind of tough.
Probably about like 99%, maybe even fully 100, but I think it's about 99% of people that are entering the southern border right now are claiming asylum, because then people can use that argument that you're making right now.
Surely, I mean, because, people want to get in the country. Like it.
Right. I would do it. Wouldn't you? All you have to do is claim asylum, and then we can make the argument of, oh, they're asylum seekers.
It's like saying you want to have a day off of work. Should you call in sick, even if you're actually sick or not? Of course, people are going to call.
Shouldn't we just, I don't know, do more to just protect the southern border?
That was one of Donald Trump's positions right there. Is protect the southern border.
Even when he was president the first go around. Nothing really changed.
So illegal immigration plummeted under Donald Trump. It was also low under Obama as well, but it actually plummeted to about a 50-year low under Donald Trump.
You know what?
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they've broken a law, then they should have the consequences that they're going to have.
And what would you say to the people that want just open borders completely when it comes to letting everybody in illegally? What would you say to those people?
Feel bad for your grandkids. They're not going to have a future.
Would you support prioritizing the Americans within your community, bettering their lives right now with the limited resources, over people that are coming into the country illegally, not even legally?
I'm here for us. I'm here for it. Yeah.
It seems like a decent approach to this conversation when it comes to dealing with people that are in the country illegally is putting America and our communities first. Yeah, it seems like something that a lot of people can agree on.
Overall, I will say that I am here for us and protecting our resources and the things that we need. Although I do feel for the other party.
There's nothing wrong with being compassionate. There isn't. There's nothing wrong with being compassionate. This country, we give millions, billions of dollars away to all types of nations around the world. We do. We take in a lot of legal immigrants. We've done that over the years. But we can't continue taking in undocumented, illegal immigrants at the clip that we're doing it. That one lady, that one sister, she said it. If we allow this to continue, our children, our grandchildren won't have a nation. There's no telling what this place will be. I hope you guys enjoyed this, man. I enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. I appreciate all the love and support. Consider joining the ARP family. It supports me, the team, and the channel. It gives me the ability to do what we do on a day-to-day basis. Keep God first in your life. Stay prayed up, man. It's crazy out here in these streets. And I'm going to catch up with you all next.